Yo, 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 what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to How to CosmicSky. Apologies on the slow uploads over the past week or two. I've not really had much time to make videos because I've been grinding on my own island, but today we're back with a fishing bot video and how to create my design that I use. As you can see, I use it myself. I wouldn't be putting it up if I didn't actually use this myself. And this is what I use. I've tested it versus many other designs, and when I say many other, probably like 30 to 40 other designs on how to place the water. And that one for me was the most efficient. There was a couple of others that matched it in efficiency, but they were just more complicated to actually build. And if it's more complicated to actually build, then I'm just going to build the simpler one that makes the exact same amount of fish, aren't I? So yeah, let's get started building this. So what you want to start with is a 7x7. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The reason being that once you build, oh, that's not the right one. Once you build around the perimeter, in the middle, you'll have a 5x5. And what you want to do with this 5x5 is you want to build basically like an X's and O board. You can play like X's and O's on this, and then you want to fill that in because that's where our fisher is going to stand. He's going to stand on that block, so he's slightly raised. He's not on the bottom block. He's one block up, and then around the side, what we're going to do is we're going to build a 2-high wall, and that's effectively gonna complete the design. All we have to do is fill this in. So let me quickly build this. All right, and there we go. So our design is effectively finished. It was quite quick. And then you just want to fill each of these with water. Now it's very important, and I stress this: if you place water here and think that you're done, that's wrong. You want to place 3 source blocks, because 3 source blocks gets you more fish than just 1 source block at the top. I don't know why. I'm gonna be honest with you. The admins probably know the logic as to how they fish, but I don't. And for some reason, 3 source blocks gets me more fish than just 1 source block. So definitely go with 3 source blocks. And that's pretty much all the water placed. What I like to do here is I like to buy signs. So I'll get 2 signs like so. And I'm going to break these 2 blocks. And then I'm going to place a sign here and a sign here, so that when I want to come in and change the bot, I can come in, I can break him and place him without, so for example, I was trying to do it here. The blocks are kind of in the way, whereas by doing this, it allows easy access to the bots to interact with them. So yeah, let's put some hoppers above him. And then what I usually do to fuel is I'll place a link chest and connect it to my fuel channel, as you can see. And I'll just do this for every single one of them. So you can see I've spent a lot of money on link chests here because they make me a lot of money. If you're just starting out and you don't have the money to place 250k of a link chest on every single one, what you can actually do is you can get a double chest like this and you can just fill it with fuel. If you fill it with coal fuel, I believe it'll last probably about 2 hours. Don't quote me on that. That's a guesstimate from early in the season when I used to do this. I'd fill 60 bots with a dub chest of fuel, and then I'd come back 2 hours later and do it again. So yeah, as you can see, he's already catching fish. You could also fill it with iron fuel if you have iron fuel, and if you do that, it'll last even longer than with coal fuel. But what I like to do is I like to use a link chest like so. I feel like it's just cleaner, it's simpler, and it prevents just a mass of going back and forth from the crafter. So where's the crafter? I could pick up all the fuel and then transport it into a double chest. I just feel like the link chest just helped me spend less time transporting fuel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. What I'm going to talk about now is kind of the collection systems. I've got some collection chests here. So the first design, which you'll probably want to go for at the start if you're kind of early game on your island, is to build a massive double chest. Now, bear in mind that a fishing bot will fish on average, and this is at base. This isn't the upgraded version. At base, they'll fish about 3.5 to 4 fish every minute. They fish every 3 seconds. Where does it say? There you go. Fishing speed 3 seconds. So in 60 seconds, they'll have 20 chances to fish. And on average, I found that they get around 3.5 to 4 fish a minute. I did do that math last season, so maybe it's changed. But if one fishing bot can do that amount, then you can calibrate that to however many fishing bots you have, so you know how much storage to create. So for example, if you're AFKing overnight and you need to account for 10 hours worth of fish, you can figure out how many double chests you need to actually save all that fish for you the next morning so you can come along and sell it all. So this would be one design for a collection system. You just pop a collection chest here. You can select all the fish straight away so that when you upgrade them, it'll automatically collect. And yeah, that's the first design. The next design would be to use a bundle bot. I do like bundle bots myself. You can I'm going to place it in here. And to use a bundle bot, you would get a hopper in the back and then a hopper in the top. You would need to fuel it. And I guess a bundle bot is it's not an early game item. So by the time you're using bundle bots, you'll be able to afford these link chests. So you'd fuel it from the top and then use a collection chest at the back for fish. Now, eventually, because a hopper can only do 2.5 items a second, eventually you'll be making more than 2.5 items a second, or as in 2.5 fish a second. So what you can do is you can come in here and get a fast flow hopper, which moves 2 times more items. And then just replace this one with this, which means now you can move 5 fish a second into the bundle bot. And what I like to do specifically, I don't know if the bundle bot can keep up, but I tend to put another one here, get another collection chest, and then select fish on this one too. And effectively that'll put 10 items a second in here if you're collecting 10 fish a second. And then the bundle bot will bundle it up. And of course you can put an upgrade in him if you'd like to upgrade him. But yeah, that's the second collection system you could go for. This is a lot neater and it's a lot better to come on every morning and just have some stacks to break and sell rather than having to open up chest after chest after chest and selling each chest. So I would highly recommend this once you get a bit of money going. Or perhaps you have gold to buy the bundle bots with, you could upgrade to this. The alternative to this is to replace the bundle bot with a sell bot. And again, this is once you have gold, or if you have money to buy it on the AH. You can replace it with a sell bot, and this sell bot will just straight sell all your fish that comes in at a rate of 8 items every second, apparently. So as you can see, it's very handy. You can just come on in the morning, you click on this and it'll give you a money note. So if I was to give you an example, I click on this, I get a money note, and then I can redeem it like so. And that was probably about 30 minutes worth of fish, and it's made me about 4 mil. So, you know, fishing does make a lot of money. So I'd highly recommend getting a sell bot on it with this specific upgrade in it. So a sell bot upgrade 2, and this is kind of what I want you to be aiming towards, is getting a sell bot with 115% sell price on it, which means you get an extra 15% for every single fish you sell. Now, of course, you're probably thinking, but what about smelting? And this is my smelting design, and I'm probably going to release a different video on this because it's quite a bulky design. But if you want to try and build it off of this video, you can see we have the fish going in, and then it's getting fueled via log nodes that we mine and collect and craft here. So they will fuel it. The fish will get cooked into, for example, cooked salmon. So we'll see one come out here in a second. Or maybe it passed by too quickly for it to show up on my screen. But the cooked salmon will then come around here into the smelting bot. The smelter will smelt it, and then it comes through here into the sell bot. And you can see he's already made 100K in, how long was that? So very overpowered if you can smelt all of your fish. Likewise, you can also smelt clownfish. So if you want to use a smelter bots for clownfish, you can also do that. And yeah, that's pretty much my fishing design. What I would do with this is I'd stack it up the way. So I'd build 2 up and then start building the next design here at this height. And you just go up and up and up. And as you can see, I've built a ton in a chunk. One improvement I did make that I noticed is that once you've built the designs, you can get rid of this block here. Because what you'll notice is, say, for example, this is a 2 block high gap. Trying to get in sometimes can be a pain, especially if you're trying to upgrade your bots. So once you've built them, you can just break this block here, and it's a lot easier to get in. So if you do want to do that for quality of life kind of a update to the bots, you can do that as well. I find it to be very handy when you're upgrading your bots. And yeah, that's pretty much my fishing design. You've got to make sure you have enough fuel, of course. I did make a coal fuel video over here. This is where my coal fuel is made, so go check that out if you need coal fuel. If you use coal fuel, you'll be able to do trout for sure. You'll be able to probably get, you know, if you have this much coal fuel, which is probably overkill, I think you only need like 2 infinite coals to do a full island of trout, so that's 60 trout fishing bots. Once you get iron fuel, you can start moving up to salmon. bear in mind that it's more efficient to fish more trout than less salmon in terms of money. So if you're really trying to earn that profit, it definitely go for more trout bots rather than, so for example, you could go for 50 trout bots rather than 10 salmon bots. I found that makes a lot more money and it's a lot more fuel efficient, and you'll thank yourself for doing it because you can reinvest that money into more fuel so that eventually you can switch to salmon and make even more money because you've invested in all the fuel required for salmon, because obviously salmon does take quite a lot. As you can see right here, it takes 50 fuel as opposed to 5, but it doesn't sell for 10 times the amount. So trout is definitely the best to accumulate that money early game. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my fishing design. I'm not sure if I've missed anything out. I don't think I have. So definitely get this on your island. I would recommend it before farming. If you're farming for money and using your fuel for money, so for example, I have my farm up here. If you're doing a farm for money and you're not fishing, I would highly recommend doing trout bots first. Trout makes way more money than farming because it's infinite. You have a farming quota. So if I type as farming, you have a farming quota every single day that caps the amount of money you can make. But with fishing, you don't have a fishing quota. So I definitely recommend doing trout before you do farming, and then using the money from trout to purchase fuel so that you can do the farming as an added bonus. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything fishing bots. Hopefully everything was clear. If you did find something confusing, just let me know down in the comments. I'll try to get back to you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.